Now, I love science. I think it's fascinating to find out all of the intricate ways that the world works. The very subtle yet essential processes that keep the universe together. And I've always loved science throughout school. But and the reason why I put science in quotations at the beginning of my video is because anti-creationists love to use the word science in place of evolutionary theory. Even organizations such as the NCSE, National Center for Science in Education, their motive is not one of keeping science in education, but of promoting anti-creationism and evolution. So they're using science to refer only to evolutionary theories and not the whole of science. There may be some young Earth creationists that are ignorant of science. Well, there are some Christians who are ignorant of science, but I would say the majority aren't. We understand science, and we enjoy science. I understand right now that science has given me just about everything in this room, except maybe the air. I know that this box that's sitting on my desk is not a bunch of angels flipping switches and stuff in there. It came about as a result of years and years of scientific research. We got computer chips, electronics, things like that in there. So the young Earth creationist loves science, and all of this is in the here and now. Science that affects the way things work today, things that are almost infinitely testable, repeatable, observable. Now, when we talk about creation, that's not observable. We can't go back and watch creation, and it's most likely not going to happen again, and if we are, we won't be around to see it. The same thing goes with evolutionary theories, and the age of the universe. We can't go back and test that anymore. We can't observe it. We can't watch fossil record form. We can't watch a star form. But these things are things that we are taught as truth. Read in a textbook. Okay, this is how a star forms. Well, no one has ever seen a star form because it takes much too long to actually watch form. It's now is operational science involved. We can measure things in real time. One of the things that you mentioned is starlight and time. That stars are many millions of light years away, and creationists admit that this is a problem. Creationists will admit that we can measure the distance of stars fairly accurately using science. So we know that they are this far away, and a good creationist won't say, well, God made the light in transit, which is probably a common excuse by some creationists. But then again, if it was, then God would be deceiving by giving us a false history of that star. So creationists admit that there are problems that we must overcome. Well, not that we must overcome them, because we are basing our view on the Word of God, on the Bible. So we may never understand certain things, but God says He created in 6 days, then we believe He created in 6 days. So many of the dating methods used to show the dates of rocks, of the geological layers, we can accurately measure the radioisotopes. However, there are plenty of assumptions that have to be made. For example, you've got to assume to know how much of the each isotope was present when that rock was formed. You have to assume that the rate of decay is constant. You have to assume that none of the isotopes were added or removed. And so a lot of this is based on assumptions that you just cannot measure. And young Earth creationists have studied this, and if you look around the web, you'll find many instances of inaccurate dating. You'll find that scientists have had to make I don't want to say excuses, but that's the only word I can think of right now. Explanations, I guess, for anomalous dates, contaminations and whatnot. So it is not as completely accurate as most people would believe. So basically, you just can't say with certainty, without putting a great deal of faith into the past, especially the distant past that you cannot observe anymore. And I want to thank you, Ambassador, for responding in a very civil manner. There are Christians out there who would rather attack young Earth creationists with all their strength. There's a certain guy on YouTube who all his videos are devoted to attacking young Earth creationists instead of defending his Christianity, and that is very sad. And I commend you for focusing your energy on defending Christianity as a whole. And really, that's the important thing to do here. This creation issue is a more of a side issue, although we both see it as important. So once again, I want you thank you for doing that, and also thank you for putting up with 3 videos. I was not expecting to have to go through 3 videos, so it was a surprise to me as well. But I'm all out of talk, so God bless. I hope you find this enlightening. Respond if you'd like. Thank you.